Dropshipping versus private labeling. You've probably heard those two words before. I actually hear a lot of weird stuff like what's the difference between dropshipping and e-commerce? Well, in this video, I'll be diving you through two of the business models under one umbrella, e-commerce. So to start first, what is e-commerce? E-commerce is simply the act of buying or selling online. No need for a physical store, a brick and mortar store, and sometimes no need for cash, or in most times, and no need for the customer to come and check the products before buying. So if you have a site and display your products on it and people start to buy, this is called e-commerce. Now, on the front end, I want you to take a close look on those two sites. Well, both of them kind of look the same, and both have products, and both have a nice website. And if you go on both, you can add to cart, buy, and get your shipments home and delivered. But in fact, both are super different on the back end. And yes, it does differ a lot. For example, this website offers private labeled products, and this one right here is doing drop shipping. So what's the difference? And is there one better than the other? Of course there is, and you'll know all about it in this video. So let's start with drop shipping. The easy way to explain drop shipping is the act of opening a website, adding photos of products from other suppliers, and every time you get an order and get paid, you go and order it from your supplier and they deliver it to the customer. Meaning, you do not buy inventory ahead of time and you do not take care of the shipping process. While private labeling is simply an arrangement between two parties, the manufacturer and you as the seller, where you choose your products and choose your own logo, branding, and sometimes the specs and the ingredients, and the manufacturer produces it and ships it to you in bulk. And then, once you open your store, every time you get an order, you ship it directly from your warehouse to the end customer. So now if you just hear those two intros about each business model, you'd say, well, it's clear. Dropshipping is much better, easier, smaller investment, and less hectic. But when it comes to reality, it's completely the opposite. If the easy way always works, everyone would have gotten a job where there is no inventory and barely no responsibility and no risk taking at all. Yet we both know you cannot be a millionaire in probably 99% of the 9-to-5 jobs. So no, in general, in life, stay away from the easy way if you really want to go big. And now let me break it down for you. Why doesn't dropshipping work as it's advertised everywhere on the internet? Because first, profit margins are very low, which means you find a product for $3-4, and in order to compete, you'd have to sell it for probably $15 at times 2 times 3, and not taking into account your marketing costs and all the other costs, and the competition is strictly price oriented. Meaning, the same way it was easy for you to open a website in one day and sell, it's also easy for every other person to do so. Meaning, you should expect day-to-day competition. You can never build a scalable brand playing in a price competitive market. And 2 is shipping time. It takes between 3 to 8 weeks in most of the times to deliver your products to the end customer. Plus, the exact shipping wouldn't come in a proper packaging or even branded, and in most cases you shall get a refund if you weren't honest on the delivery dates. Therefore, it becomes much harder to get a sale. But in some cases, if you find a warehouse located in the country you're selling in, this can solve this problem, but not the packaging problem. 3 is control. You have close to zero control over the entire back-end process, meaning the quality and the shipping and the exact customer support. Yet, if anything goes wrong, you are the one to blame and you should be responsible for it. 4 is marketing and creativity. Products are not with you, meaning it limits your actual creativity in campaigns when it comes to the marketing and creating content part. And 5 is customer service. It's very poor because, again, if you need to resolve something, you can't go and ship a refund instantly. And in most cases, if your dispute is rejected from your supplier, you still have to hold responsibility for it. And for me, one of the main problems is you can barely cross or upsell products with each other. Why? Because if you offer several products from several manufacturers, in most cases, each will come on a different date, a different package, and probably a different branding and even quality. Now, as for private labeling is actually one of the most solid business models ever. And a lot will say, yeah, he's probably saying that because he does it and he teaches it. Actually, no. In fact, I do it and I teach it because it's that great. I'm not the one who created it. The closest I can compare private labeling to is the manufacturing business model, where you literally own everything in the business from A to Z, but the only difference is you're not manufacturing it while someone else is, meaning you don't own the factory which manufactures. So first, you find a supplier, in most cases in China, you place your order, and usually there is an MOQ, which is one challenge. But now, with the help of Alibaba.com and many other marketplaces, you can find suppliers with very, very, very low MOQs. And once your order is ready, they ship it into your warehouse, and then you take care of the rest. So one, you can offer fast, in most cases 1 to 3 day shipping to your customer. 2, you have full control over your products, whether you have a refund or an exchange or whatever it is, you can do it instantly, meaning your customer is satisfied. 3, your profit margins are insane because the price isn't what determines the sale. One of my products, we used to get it for $8 and sell it for $69.99 because we had the chance to enhance the business with proper marketing, branding, influencers, and many more. And you can check the entire case study, by the way, in the link in the description below. Another point is you can get much more creative over your marketing campaigns as everything is in your hands. The only challenge would be, what if the quality is shit? That's why 1, you order samples, and 2, you have something called the inspection procedure, which happens directly in China before they ship your products into your country. And finally, there are trade assurances for if the products were defected and you need a refund. As soon as the products are with you here, it's all on you then, meaning you can go and ask them back for a refund. Finally, every brand's dream is to hopefully and potentially exit their business in 3, 4, 5 years. I've done it 5 times. With dropshipping, you can never do it. You own 0 assets and 0 inventory, and the barrier to entry is literally 0. Meaning, you can just sell your domain, while in private labeling, you can sell the entire legit business. So, private labeling is a serious brand. It's where you actually build an actual brand, where you can actually achieve tens of thousands of dollars, also 6-figure plus a month, and not because I said so, because it's built that way. It's a solid business model. While in dropshipping, I'd expect you to probably make a couple of $100s or even a couple of thousands of dollars, but you cannot compete in a price-oriented competition. And the numbers speak for themselves. Find me only 10 regional dropshippers that crossed $100,000, and in parallel, I'll get you 20 of my students only, and not worldwide and not in the Arab region, only from my program, who have crossed the 6-figure mark in less than 1 year. So the idea here is not to compete on a business model. It's to educate people about it in the same way I was educated about them because I tried them. And you can't only hear to one side of it. And that's why I'm in a perfect position to explain both, because I started as a dropshipper, experimented it, and then realized it's a beautiful quick flip that in most cases is much harder than you expected to sustain and scale. But the idea of dropshipping is probably the smartest thing ever. If you wanted to look into dropshipping, a matter of fact, branch out from it, meaning try to do a dropshipping deal with a local supplier that can solve all of the stupid aspects which I've mentioned before, instead of the traditional AliExpress dropshipping model. And in case you're interested in starting a legit brand, just like I did and 2,000 of my students did, then start now. All of the resources are available online. Plus, there's a lot of free resources which are available below in the description. And if you're ever interested in our premium mentorship program, before you even go and think about it, first of all, know that you want it. Opening a business is actually a serious thing. It's not a gamble. So as a start, watch the free training below. It will give you a solid idea about private labeling and e-commerce. And then after it, feel free to go and book a call with one of my team experts who would be more than happy to walk you through the entire process. And as usual, stay safe and may the engine be with you.